let's hit the do's and don'ts when you are getting ready to and actually selling your house. What to do? Price it at the highest price that buyers are currently willing to pay based on the market, plus a little more. Now, this is something that a lot of people miss in an increasing market. We want to go plus a little more, but we don't want to outprice the market that's ready, willing, and able to buy your home. In other words, miss the qualified buyers in the top market value for your home because we got too aggressive with the price. Your realtor should be able to tell you within 2 weeks of being on the market whether or not you're priced correctly. And if not, you must adjust the price by a minimum of 3 to 5% if you want to get the most money out of your home. And if your home sits on the market without selling, then buyers are going to ask a question. What's that question? What's wrong with it? And once that happens, you've committed the cardinal sin. And the only penance is selling for less than what your home would have been worth otherwise. If your home is marketed well, you should know within that 2 weeks whether you're priced correctly because the market speaks quickly. Now, this is the moment that if your home lingers, buyers stop asking that question. And once that narrative sits in, what's wrong with it? You've committed that cardinal sin, you've lost your negotiating power, and you're no longer the seller fielding strong offers. You're the seller explaining why it hasn't sold. And the only way to restore attention at that point is almost always the same. You sell for less than you should have in the first place. Okay, so let's go quickly through what not to do. Don't over-improve your home. We talked about that. Don't take low activity personally in the first week. Give the market some time to respond. There's lots of reasons why you have low showing activity to start with when you expected more. Could be a holiday week, could be weather, could be something happening in town that's got people, sometimes good weather or bad weather, could be affecting that. When you're showing your home, don't be home during showings. Let buyers explore freely. And please don't price it high just to see and then plan to drop it later. That strategy costs you money every single time. Price it at the highest price possible and let the market get it to everybody in the market who's qualified at that price. Okay, so now the last question, how much can I expect to get for my home? This is the last question that I get like every week. How much can I expect to get for my home? Because at the end of the day, that's what we care about, right? Now, the answer to this question, though, goes way beyond your Zestimate. It's actually one of the most commonly misunderstood subjects by both realtors and home sellers in Richmond. And here's the answer. When you decide to sell, you actually have 3 valuation paths in front of you, and each one serves a different need depending on your specific situation. Option number 1 is an instant cash offer. This is your iBuyer or investor offer. You get a number fast, you close fast, you skip most of the prep work. And the trade-off, though, is that you're typically leaving money on the table, sometimes 10 to 15% below market value. But for some sellers, inherited properties, job reloads, or folks who just don't want the hassle, this is absolutely the right move. Convenience has a price, and sometimes it's worth paying. Now, option 2 is an as-is listing. This is different from the instant cash offer. You're still going on the open market, but you're being transparent that this home is priced for its current condition. There's no repairs, there's no credit, there's no negotiating after inspections. Buyers know what they're getting. You know what you're getting. This works great for sellers who just don't have the bandwidth or the resources to prepare the home for top dollar. A skilled agent can price an as-is listing in a way that still generates competition. They also should be able to find you an iBuyer if you go in option 1. Now, option 3 is full market value. This is where most people end up, but it's definitely not the only option. This is the full preparation path. You bring in your agent early, you stage, you inspect, you make the right improvements, you price it strategically, and you go to market ready to compete. This is how you maximize your return. It takes more time and more energy, but for most sellers in Greater Richmond with the runway to do it right, this is where the money is. So which path is right for you? That depends on your timeline. It depends on your goals and on your property. But now you know the options, and knowing those options is leverage. If you got questions about selling your home in Greater Richmond, hit me up. The link is in the description.